Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash Drive, your ultimate pit stop for everything on four wheels. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about electric cars of the new year, the 2026 Wuling Mini EV. This tiny machine has been shaking up the EV world for a few years now, and the 2026 model brings some fresh design updates, smarter tech, and even better efficiency. Whether you're in the market for an affordable city runabout or just curious about what makes this compact EV so popular, stick around because we're about to explore it from every angle. Let's start with the first impression you get when you see this car on the street. The Wuling Mini EV still has that cute, boxy charm that made it famous, but for 2026, Wuling has given it a more refined and modern design language. It's still compact enough to fit into parking spaces that most cars can only dream about, yet it looks a bit more mature now. The front fascia has been redesigned with a sleeker LED headlight setup, complete with a continuous light strip that connects both sides, giving it a more futuristic face. The grille area is now smoother, fully enclosed, emphasizing that this is an electric car with no need for excessive cooling. And right in the center sits the new Wuling badge, which looks premium with its glossy finish. The lower bumper has been reshaped too, adding sharper lines and small aero elements that not only look stylish but also improve airflow. Moving along the side, this little EV shows off a minimalist yet playful profile. The proportions are short and upright, but the design lines give it character. The slightly raised shoulder line and the blacked-out pillars make the roof look like it's floating, especially on the dual-tone color options that Wuling now offers. There's also a subtle chrome accent running along the window line that gives a touch of sophistication, something we didn't expect in such a budget-friendly car. The door handles are now body-colored and fit flush into the design, contributing to the aerodynamic efficiency. And check this out, how the car now rides on new 13 or 14-inch alloy wheels with a geometric pattern that's both lightweight and visually appealing. You can tell Wuling paid attention to the details here, even though this is a small and inexpensive car. Now, let's move to the back, where the new model gets even more impressive. The tail section is completely redesigned with LED taillights that stretch horizontally, connected by a slim light bar. It gives the car a sense of width that wasn't present before. The rear window is slightly larger, which helps with visibility, and the integrated spoiler adds a sporty touch. The bumper has been cleaned up too, with new reflectors and a sculpted lower section that visually lowers the stance. Despite being a tiny EV, the rear design looks bold and confident, almost like a mini SUV from some angles. And with fun color choices like sky blue, pink beige, mint green, and a few new metallic tones, it's clear that Wuling wants this car to stand out in urban traffic rather than blend in. Let's take a look inside now, because this is where many of the biggest changes happen. Open the door, and you're greeted by a surprisingly modern and cozy cabin. The 2026 Mini EV now has a completely redesigned dashboard that feels both functional and stylish. The materials have been upgraded, soft touch panels, better stitching, and high-quality plastics that no longer feel cheap. The first thing that catches your eye is the new floating digital display. It's a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system that supports both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a feature fans have been asking for since the first generation. Right behind the steering wheel, there's a crisp 7-inch digital instrument cluster that provides all your key info, from range and speed to driving mode and battery temperature. The steering wheel itself is new, a 2-spoke flat-bottom design that feels good in the hands. It also has mounted controls for media and phone functions. The layout is clean, almost minimalist, and the combination of beige, gray, and black tones gives it a sense of openness. And believe it or not, there's now ambient lighting around the dashboard and door panels, which really elevates the cabin experience at night. Seating comfort has improved too. The new seats use higher density foam and better side bolstering, and the upholstery options include synthetic leather and two-tone fabric designs. The driver's seat offers better adjustment range, and while space in the back is still tight, Wuling has carved out a few extra centimeters of legroom thanks to a redesigned seat base and thinner front seat backs. Storage has been improved as well. You now get clever cubbies under the center console, large door pockets, and a more usable trunk that can handle small luggage or grocery bags with ease. The rear seats can fold flat, expanding the cargo area considerably, which makes this little car far more practical than it looks from the outside. For everyday urban use, it's hard to beat this level of convenience. Now let's talk about what powers the 2026 Wuling Mini EV. Underneath that compact body sits a small electric motor paired with a lithium iron phosphate battery pack. Depending on the variant, you can choose between two configurations at the standard version with around 30 kilowatts of power and a range of about 200 kilometers, or the extended version offering up to 45 kilowatts and a range that pushes close to 300 kilometers per charge. That's more than enough for daily commuting, city errands, and short weekend trips. Charging remains simple using a home AC charger. You can top it up overnight in about 6 to 8 hours, while fast charging brings it from 30 to 80% in just under 40 minutes. On the road, the Wuling Mini EV is surprisingly agile, thanks to its light-away design and low center of gravity. It feels planted in city driving. The steering is light, making it easy to maneuver through tight streets or crowded parking lots, but it still provides decent feedback at higher speeds. Acceleration is instantaneous, with most EVs giving you that quick burst of torque when you need to dart through traffic. Of course, it's not built for high-speed highways or racing. Top speed is around 100 km per hour, depending on the variant, but within urban settings, that's perfectly adequate. The suspension setup remains tuned for comfort, soaking up bumps reasonably well, and Wuling has done a good job improving cabin insulation this year. Road and wind noise are significantly reduced, making it a calmer experience than before. In terms of safety, Wuling has stepped up its game. The 2026 Mini EV now comes equipped with dual front airbags, ABS, EBD, rear parking sensors, a reversing camera, and for the higher trims, features like electronic stability control and tire pressure monitoring. There's also a lane departure warning system and low-speed collision mitigation, both rare features at this price point. You also get a stronger body structure made from high-tensile steel for added rigidity and crash protection. And speaking of price, this is where Wuling continues to shock the market. The 2026 Mini EV remains one of the most affordable electric vehicles in the world. In China, prices start at around $6,000 for the base model and go up to about $9,500 for the long-range luxury trim. Even with taxes and import costs, it still undercuts nearly every other EV in its segment. That unbeatable price-to-performance ratio is exactly why this car keeps breaking sales records. For first-time EV buyers, students, or families looking for a second city car, the Wuling Mini EV is a no-brainer. The car also integrates new smart features like remote climate control through a mobile app, digital key access, and over-the-air software updates. Wuling's latest user interface is smoother and more responsive, and it even lets you customize vehicle settings with voice commands. Another neat touch: and regenerative braking has 3 levels of adjustment now, so you can choose between smoother coasting or stronger energy recovery depending on your driving style. As the camera pans across the car one last time, it's clear that Wuling isn't just building cheap EVs, they're building clever ones. The 2026 Mini EV combines practicality, charm, and technology in a way that simply makes sense for modern city life. It's proof that electric mobility doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. You get a fun driving experience, a stylish little car, and incredibly low running costs. Sure, it's not designed for long highway trips or luxury comfort, but for what it's meant to be, a reliable urban electric companion, it absolutely nails the brief. So, after spending time with the 2026 Wuling Mini EV, it's easy to see why this car has developed such a cult following. It represents a future where electric cars are accessible to everyone, not just the wealthy. It's a small car with a big impact, both on the market and on the mindset of drivers everywhere. Alright, that wraps up our detailed review of the 2026 Wuling Mini EV. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more car reviews, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Flash Drive, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our latest uploads. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Say, would you buy a Mini EV like this, or do you prefer something bigger and faster? We'd love to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching, and as always, drive safe, stay curious, and keep your passion in gear. Until next time, this is Car Flash Drive, signing off.